Ladies and gentlemen, let's get ready to rumble. All right, in one corner we have KC and the Moonshine Gang. And in the other corner we have the Mighty Mailman. And we're talking about guns and gun control and the lack thereof and all that good stuff. So it could be a volatile conversation here, but we hope not, because we're all good buddies here.
As long as we can walk away friends.
We're going to do a group hug at the end, so y'all...
And we're going to sing Kumbaya.
Kumbaya, my lord. Yeah, we're going to do that.
Shoot it dead.
We're going to go outside and build a little fire.
Shoot 'em.
Y'all want to join us?
Shoot them. Shoot them.
Can we have some s'mores?
S'mores.
Y'all come by on Asbury Street. We're on the end.
Yeah.
I don't know. I think everybody should have a gun. If you want a gun, if you are mentally capable of having a gun and being able to control it and use it for the right purpose, and you're not on the FBI most wanted list, and you're not a convicted felon, and you're not somebody who has a lot of mental problems.
What about if you see a lot of bad things on Facebook?
Well, if I had any intentions of ever using a gun, I wouldn't be harping on Facebook about my intention.
You ain't kidding.
One.
Well, I'd blow that guy away.
I wouldn't be doing
They're the ones that won't do anything.
If you don't think that'll come back, to haunt you, it will.
Hey,
The news stations would find one of your friends that would go back through there and copy everything you said bad, and they go, "Oh, kill them all! That gun."
So they're knocking on your door with a camera in your face, and you're the local nut.
Have you ever gone by and erased a like that you put down?
I have.
Oh, yes.
Taking back a like and thinking, wait a minute, why did I like that?
Because sometimes I'll read it wrong, and then I'll go back and unlike it or something.
Yeah. It's a good thing we got that ability. The bad thing is when you go to message board and you make a statement and you hit enter, you can't take that back.
It's out there.
You can't take it.
You want the little chat box?
Yeah.
On Facebook?
You can never take that back.
You're right. You can't.
That really irritates me because I'm thinking, wait a minute. That's not what I wanted to say.
And it's too late, baby, now.
Oh, it's too late. But, we have gun laws in place. Back to what we were talking about.
Again.
We do have gun laws in place. And do you not think they're necessary, that we have certain gun laws?
We have the number one gun law, Second Amendment.
But the ones of gun control, do you think they're necessary?
In a nutshell, they are what? You have the right to carry?
No, the ones that prohibit certain people from carrying guns. You
like
think
I mentioned
they're necessary?
a while ago.
I was talking about little old Granny and her
I
right
know,
to take them, and she may not be able to rise
to talk about that,
your level of training.
Oh, I didn't say to my level. I said a certain prescribed level of proficiency.
Okay, then what if she can't do it?
Then she should
but
be
she
toting
says,
a gun in
But she says, Casey, I got the right to carry a gun. By God, I'm going to carry it in my purse.
No.
When you get to a certain point in your life, when you're no longer able to drive a car, you can have your license taken away from you because you're not able to drive it anymore.
Yeah. And is that right?
That's to protect the public.
Right. I mean, you go out and buy all the guns you want if you're okay, can do that, but you're not going to be carrying it in public unless you have the training.
And basically, anybody can have a gun in your house and use it to protect yourself without anything.
That's right.
You don't have to have any kind of permits.
Yeah.
In the great state of Florida, in the great city of Nocatee, Fort Ogden, and Arcadia, and points beyond, you don't have to have your guns licensed.
It's a castle law, right?
Yeah, you got a right to have a gun in your house, and you have a right to defend yourself, your property, and your loved one.
It means you can walk around within the perimeter of your property with a hog leg strapped on if you wanted to.
And you got right to go to a door with a gun in your hand.
That's right. And that's a good way to take care of solicitors.
And
that's if you're listening out there.
And that extends to Granny. But I think when you're going out in the public, toting a gun, there should be some sort of, there is.
Granny,
if you're carrying one,
what's wrong with Granny toting a gun in her purse just to feel safe?
She has to have a concealed weapons permit.
Well, yeah.
Well, she's got that. She's taking the course.
Okay. But you was talking about, KC, you were talking about rising to some proficiency.
Hey, that proficiency doesn't mean you're a skilled marksman. That you're a sniper.
No, Granny ain't going to be a sniper.
It means you can shoot the gun. You know how to use it. You know
but I just
the safety aspects of it.
I thought you were going, towards something that might be unattainable to certain people in the United States of these here Americanas.
You're reading into what I said. I didn't say that. I said there should be a level of proficiency. I didn't say what that level should be.
Well,
for God's sake,
ambiguous.
No,
ambiguous.
I said there should be a level of proficiency, and there should be.
Pusillanimous.
Hey, I'll be waving your vocabulary around here.
But I mean, we have, and I know you don't like to think about this, and that doesn't. Laws don't begat laws, or sometimes they do, but
they do.
Yes,
we do have
right.
laws that prohibit certain people from carrying guns.
Mm-hmm. Thankfully,
and some of those laws are antiquated, or not quite.
Okay, so Granny can carry her gun
with a license
in her purse
with a license,
and she's 98 years old.
Well,
and you're not going to take it from her.
No.
I'm not going to, but I think there should be some level of proficiency for you to do it.
Competency.
But what if she can't? She gets a little confused in her conversation there.
Then she loses her gun. She don't need a gun.
If she gets confused,
she still has the right to protect herself.
No, you take the gun and the car keys. Then
take her gun and the car keys.
Oh, brother.
That's right.
Let her loved one take her shopping, and he can carry, or he or she can carry.
And as she gets older, she trades in the .44 Magnum for a .22, and then later on she trades in for a Derringer.
And this doesn't have to be an old lady. This could be a 22-year-old kid.
That's right.
Not everybody has the
wherewithal
to carry a gun to begin with. And there's a lot of people, I'm going to carry my gun. And a lot of people think I'm going to scare people. I mean, the last thing you want to do is try to scare somebody with a gun.
Right. These people that carry them around, they say, well, I'm carrying, look at here. I've seen a few people do that already. I'm like, you can't even do that legal. You can't show people that you're carrying. That is
and you're supposed to notify a law enforcement officer if you have contact with them, the fact that you're packing heat.
That's right. You can turn them in. They may shoot you, but...
Well, ladies and gentlemen out there in Radio Land and YouTube Land, if you have a comment about this, if you have a burning desire to give us a
call, we won't be here.
We won't be
time you listen to this.
But you can go onto YouTube or Facebook.
Yeah, leave your comments on YouTube. Do you carry? Do you not carry? Are you a carrier?
Are you a common carrier?
Well,
yeah.
But there are places, and we talked about this a little bit, that by their own choice, if they're a private enterprise or industry or place of business, that cannot want you to carry a gun in there. Mm-hmm. And I can understand that.
Yeah, that's true.
I mean, really, I think Starbucks, they don't want you toting a gun in Starbucks. And I'm going to tell you what, when I go into any of these stores, I'm not dependent on John Q. Public behind me to pull a gun out to save my butt. I'm sorry, I'm not. I'm not worried about it.
Well, what if you're one of those 50 in that theater? Wouldn't you be happy if somebody jumped up and said, hey, I got one?
Well,
I probably would have been if he'd have shot the guy and knocked me in the head trying to do it.
I'd have hugged his neck. Or her neck.
Now, if I knew that place didn't allow people to carry guns in there unless you're an outlaw and you're going to come in there regardless of what they say, maybe I wouldn't even go to that place.
Yeah. If you're going to have a place like that and it's advertised as a no-gun zone, sometimes you're advertising for trouble. I mean, you don't want the trouble, but that's a red flag, or it's an invite for people that want to go in there and cause trouble. So that's the reason. If it were me, if I had a place like that, or anything like there were a lot of people come and stuff like that, it would be. If it were a gun-free zone, if that's what I wanted to be, I would have security there who did carry. And so if somebody comes in with a gun, you got somebody there. It's not just the gunman and nobody else has a gun.
And I've heard of some businesses and bars and things, they check you to see if you have a gun. If you don't, they give you one.
There you go.
That's a pretty good, my kind of place. Let's go. Let's roll. Well, we're down to less than a minute now. Man, how time flies.
And we got to go make some money so we can buy more guns.
Yeah, we're going to take a paradigm shift and get off this gun thing.
Time flies when you're carrying a gun. I mean, having fun. But anyhow, we're down to 30 seconds, and we're going to meander on back here in a short here and come up with some sort of if-bomb for y'all to cogitate on.
I think I realize why we don't cover controversial subjects.
It's just getting good. All right, we'll be back.
I'm glad Mel wasn't armed right then.
I heard that. You'd have been dead.